Before we kind of get into it, you're going to get to meet some of us on the team. I know that I know some of you personally. Some of you I met on Instagram. Some of us literally just started talking maybe yesterday. So my name is Becky Boland. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida with my husband, Matt, and our 2 dogs, and I have been a Beachbody coach for just under 5 years. February will be my 5-year anniversary, which is crazy. Seems really wild. I probably didn't start working the business until about a year and a half in. I was more of like a preferred customer who had the coach opportunity sitting in my lap but didn't do anything with it. So it took me about 3 years to build this into my full-time job. But as of June 2018, I quit corporate America and I began coaching full-time. So this is what I do for my full-time job. You will get to know some of the other coaches in just a minute. But for those of you who aren't familiar with Beachbody, I wanted to do just a quick kind of history about why I think this company is really special. So most people have heard of things like P90X or Insanity. Those are kind of what we call like the original Beachbody programs. It was founded in 1998 as just a fitness sales company. So it was fitness DVDs, health supplements, like all natural supplements, but there was no coaching opportunity. There was no marketing, network marketing aspect to the business. It was just infomercials and DVD sales. But what the CEO, Carl Deichler, I have like a giant crush on him. It's pretty ridiculous. Hopefully he never sees this recording. But what Carl Deichler noticed was that a ton of customers had formed these message boards where they could support each other and offer each other accountability and inspiration to keep working through a fitness program. Because the ones that they started with were pretty intense. P90X, you're working out for 60 to 90 minutes a day. Insanity is 45 minutes to 60 minutes a day, and they're like really intense, not beginner programs. So the more intense a program was, the more support people needed to stick with it on the hard days and to really get the results. So these message boards were formed, and he noticed that his customers were really helping each other. They were answering each other's questions. They were pushing each other to show up. They were checking in on each other. And so in 2007, he opened up the coaching opportunity so that he could reward customers who were helping other customers get results and stay accountable. And that's really what coaching is about. So our goal and kind of what we do as coaches, which we will get into, varies and how we do it, but the main goal is the same. It's the mission statement. It's to help people live happier, healthier, more fulfilling lives. So that's the goal of the company. That's the goal of the CEO. That's the goal of the trainers that create the programs, the nutritionists that create the meal plans, and the coaches that plug people into this culture, this community is really what it is. So that's kind of a little bit of a background. We're going to go over what we do on a day-to-day basis as far as if you're a coach that wants to build an income doing this. We're going to go over the compensation plan. We're going to go over the training that comes with being a part of our team. We're going to go over kind of like what expectations are there and set in terms of financial responsibility and kind of what's going to be expected of you. We're going to go over something called a challenge group, which is essentially how coaches hold people accountable and help them. And we're going to go over getting started as well as any questions that come up in the meantime. But first, I want you guys to be able to get the chance to know some of the other women on Team Fit Foodies. So the women that are on this team are some of the leaders on the team. Team Fit Foodies, I should clarify, is the team that I founded when I became a coach. Everybody has their own team. So for example, we're still part of the team that I joined with, which is called Shred Nation. And everybody is under that umbrella, which has about 7,500 coaches involved. So it's a large network. It's a huge team. We span across the US, Canada, and the UK, and Puerto Rico, which is the US. But yeah, it's a huge team and it's growing every single day. So yeah, you heard a little bit about me. I started coaching almost 5 years ago. I used a Beachbody program called the 21-Day Fix. In 2014, I lost 12.5 pounds in the first 3 weeks of working. I had 45 pounds to lose at the time, 10 inches, and just kind of became obsessed with healthy living and learning that you could still eat amazing food and didn't have to live off of grilled chicken and salad to be healthy. My husband didn't even know we were following a meal plan because of how simple it was broken down. Once I started getting results, I helped my mom get results. She used the same program and the same products, Shakeology, the simple meal plan, and working out 30 minutes a day. She followed that program several times in a row. She lost 50 pounds. Her doctor took her off her blood pressure medication, and that was kind of when I was like, this is a business that is not about just losing 5 to 10 pounds. Like, this changes lives completely. She was supposed to be on that medication for the rest of her life. And the fact that she was able to come off of it using exercise and nutrition was huge to me. And I wanted to share that with as many people as humanly possible. So I don't want to call any of the coaches out. If you guys want to just like start talking and share your stories, that would be amazing.
I can go. My name is Charlotte Evans. I live just outside of Boston with my husband and our boxer. And I am, in addition to a Beachbody coach, obviously, a full-time special ed teacher. And I'm one of the people that Becky kind of is referring to that just like, I love teaching. I absolutely love my job and can't really imagine not doing it. So although I love coaching too, it's definitely something that will continue to be part-time for me. Kind of the exception to that is that when we do decide to have kids, my hope is that I can take a full year off, and coaching is going to be a huge factor in that. So that's definitely something that I have that I'm working towards. But I will always go back to teaching because that's just what I love. My journey with Beachbody really started after college. I played sports growing up and through college, and as soon as I graduated, I lost that community feel and the consistent workouts that went along with playing sports. And kind of before I knew it, I had gained 25 pounds and just felt like I was missing something. That's when I saw Becky, who I actually went to high school with. We didn't really talk in high school at all, but played some sports together. And I saw her posting more and more on Facebook about 21 Day Fix. And I think you had just come back from your first summit too. So I reached out to her, and that kind of was the start of it all. I got into the programs, which I'd actually already used a little bit of, but had never been consistent with. I didn't have a coach that ever reached out to me, even though you're assigned one when you first sign up. So it was really helpful to have somebody that was keeping me accountable and checking in with me and all those things. So pretty quickly, I think I signed up to be coach, and then signed up my, at the time, boyfriend to also be a coach, and kind of went from there. So I have been a coach for 3.5 years, but didn't really start working the business until pretty recently. So I'm excited to be somewhat new to this, but I feel like I have a really good understanding of what a coach does and what they need to do, because I've been one for so long, and I always go to all the events and kind of capitalize on all the amazing things that the company does. But excited to really dive into building a team.
Awesome.
Vanessa, you or me?
You go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for hopping on tonight. We're so happy to have you. My name is Leah Neathway. I live in Ottawa. Very, very cold. Lots of snow right now. I live with my fiance, Graham, who is playing on his DS. And we don't have any dogs, which is sad. Anyways, so in 2014, I started to get really sick, and I went misdiagnosed for 2 years. Doctors just kind of called me crazy, called me stressed, said I was a teenager, and ignored me. It wasn't until 2016 where I had gained 80 pounds, was super depressed, and had so many issues wrong with my health, and I wasn't treating myself well, where I finally got diagnosed properly with Lyme disease and a thyroid problem. So obviously not a great diagnosis, but it literally changed my life because I finally had something that I could research and learn more about, and just completely change my lifestyle around. So when I found Beachbody, it was a year and 2 days ago. A year, 3 months ago. I started a year and 2 days ago. And I think I liked one of Becky's polls or something, or voted on one of her polls. And she followed up with me for 3 months because I originally just wanted to sign up as a customer. I had already lost the majority of my weight after changing my diet and adding in some exercise. And so I was really just looking for something to help me be consistent because I don't like going to gyms. I don't like having to travel to them. I don't know what to do at them. And so I was like, working out at home sounds pretty nice. And it wasn't until I was in my second hotel job, and it was 3 months after Becky had kept being like, Leah, when are you gonna do this? And I was like, wait a second, what do you do as a coach again? You work on yourself, you help other people, and you can build an income doing that? Pardon? Tell me more. And so it was because of the Lyme disease and my health and everything, I just realized that working in hotels just wasn't for me. The amount of stress I was being put through and everything, it just was making my health go the other way. And I felt that I had worked so hard for my health that I couldn't let that happen again. And yeah, so a year and 2 days ago, I signed up as a coach, and the rest is history.
I love that. Leah is about to hit a huge promotion as well in her business, which is pretty exciting.
It's pretty cool.
I guess it's my turn. Hey, everybody. So I'm Vanessa. I actually grew up in Vermont, and I'm living in Brooklyn now. Gosh, I don't even know. It's probably been 4 or 5 years now. I live here with my son, and actually just recently got engaged, so that's really exciting. But yeah, Becky's actually my cousin, so I don't remember like if you actually hit me up or if I hit you up, but I know I had just finished like a medical billing course, and it was just me and my son, and I was like looking for work, and I was just having a hard time, and I had gained a lot of weight, and I don't know if it was just we connected and you told me about what you were doing, and so I ended up signing up. So this was like, I guess like 4 years ago, actually, almost 4 years ago. And I signed up just to do the workouts. And typical me, like I'll start something, I'll see some changes, and then I'm like, oh, cool, like I look great. Let me just go treat myself to something. And then I just fall off track. So that was like the old me. And then, so that was kind of just back and forth with that. And then I kind of fell off, but I would still get Becky's posts every day and see everybody checking in. And it went for a little while that I wasn't checking in, but then I got, ready to go, and I started working out again. So, I don't know, some time went by, and I actually found a pretty good job that I'm working at now. I don't love it. It's not like a career, but it is a good job. It works for my schedule. It gets me like around the city, and it's a good job. But, after working the business just recently, and also moving up a little bit and seeing some growth, and it actually, taking off, makes me really excited and makes me just think about future goals and what could really work with this. So it's been pretty positive for the past few months, and I feel like much better. Like not only am I working out, actually a year ago in January, I signed up and went all in. I told Becky I was going to go ahead. I was going to, buy the big package that came with the shakes and everything, just because I hadn't been taking the shakes. I was just doing the workouts, and I felt like I was at a plateau. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. I'm going to see how these shakes work, and maybe that'll get me out of the plateau or the funk of whatever I was in. So I started with 80-day challenge, and I followed through. And there were some mix-ups or slip-ups with the nutrition, but nothing that made me stop. I kept showing up every single day, checking in and doing workouts. And then, the next program came out. I think it was, Lift maybe. And then I did Lift, and I fell in love with the Lift program. I think that's like my jam. Like I actually look forward to working out just with this program because of, one, the results, and just the flexibility of it. And the guy is kind of annoying, actually. The trainer is kind of like funny, but kind of annoying, but he gives really good like pointers, and all the programs, all the trainers are always giving you correction of form and just kind of guiding you through what you should be like doing. So that's really helpful. It is really like having a personal trainer with you. But anyway, so then I started seeing, Becky's success, and she was on a trip over the summer, and, just posting about the business. And I don't know, one day it just clicked. I was like, I want to do that. Like, I could do that. And that's what happened. And I just started to, and, it's like up and down. Some days are tough because you're not really having the connections that you want. It's not a fast business. It definitely takes some time, and it definitely takes building. I've been learning that recently, just building connections and, getting to know people. So I'm not like a huge people person. I'm pretty shy. This right now, I'm like nervous and sweating, but, getting to know people has actually kind of brought me out of a different shell. Like, I'm meeting these other people and getting to know their life, and the people that I'm attracting are actually people that are very similar to me. So we have a lot in common, which is, the way this works is that you attract the people that you're like. So it's basically like instant friends. So you're building friendships and you're working out together. And like Leah said, you're working out, you're eating healthy, you're helping other people, and you're getting paid for it. And I mean, it's a no-brainer, I guess. So now this is my new passion. I am, like I said, I'm a full-time mom. I work a full-time job. I have a fiance that is like a second child. Love him dearly, but he is a second child of mine. And we just recently adopted a dog, which I don't know why, because now I have to walk him. No, he's great. But, point being is that I don't have a lot of time. I'm doing this as just a little side hustle for now. Hopefully the plan would be to eventually grow the business and leave this job and be able to, travel, work from home, be with my kid, not have to stress, and have a really awesome team that, we build each other up. So that's it.
I love that. So actually, Vanessa's share kind of brought up something that I want to share with you guys. If you're not familiar with Beachbody, we've been naming a couple of the programs that we've been working with. So I want to show you what you're going to get as a coach, and then also what you're going to be plugging in your customers to, kind of just as a I don't know, before we get into what we do and how we do it, you should probably know what it is you're offering, right? So I'm going to share my screen and just go ahead and show you. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this Beachbody On Demand? Perfect. So like I said, it started as DVDs, not really a thing anymore. So Beachbody On Demand is what I like to call the Netflix of workouts. So Beachbody is a billion-dollar company. They have created hundreds of workouts for people that vary from yoga, Pilates, heavy like weightlifting, powerlifting, even dance, cardio, max interval training, any type of workout that you can imagine is included. So this is Beachbody On Demand right here. So once I'm logged in as my husband, that's funny. Once you are a coach, you will likely enroll and be able to get access to this. These are all the different programs. So I like to consider the programs almost like shows on Netflix. Let's do it this way.
Look at Matt's consistency, Monday through Thursday workouts.
Look at that. It's not me at all. No. So every program I consider like a show. And then when you click on a show, you see the episodes, right? So Vanessa just brought up Lift 4, which is her favorite program. You click on the Lift 4 title page, and then these are the different workouts. So this particular program is 4 days a week. It's mapped out week 1, day 2, day 3, all the way through 8 weeks. You've got recovery workouts to help you learn how to foam roll properly, how to keep your body loose and stretching. Personal care is a huge factor in fitness, and I really love that Beachbody builds that in to their programs. This is just like information about it. And this actually takes you behind the scenes on the trainer kind of creating the program, the cast that's behind him, what their results were like, what their journey was like. These were some prep workouts that were released. So you're getting a ton of stuff under every single program, as well as full program materials. So you've got a workout calendar, you've got a progress tracker to track the weights that you're lifting, how many reps you're able to do, your own weight, your body measurements, all of that kind of stuff is how you track your progress. Recently, they've started adding into their progress trackers like a mood tracker and a sleep tracker, because these things are huge factors in your health and they're really important to pay attention to. You've got a nutrition guide, which comes with like a sample broken down meal plan. There are grocery lists, everything that you can imagine. And then they also do everything vegan friendly. As more and more people are following a plant-based diet or introducing more plant-based proteins into their diet, Beachbody is very intuitive, not even intuitive. They literally do a ton of research. They take polls, they have focus groups. They do as much as they possibly can to learn what it is that people want and what it is that the fitness industry is lacking so that they can fill up those gaps. So you've got all the different programs, which is awesome. Why? All right, let's just do it this way. What I also love about Beachbody On Demand is that you can filter it. So if you've only got these 0 to 30 minutes, you click on that time and it'll show you all of the programs where you can find workouts that match that requirement. So you should know that not every workout in each program will match that requirement, but you'll be able to find a workout that day that's 0 to 30 minutes. You can filter it by type of workout. You can filter it by the trainer. As you have more experience with Beachbody, you will get to know which trainers you really like and which trainers you kind of don't vibe with. Nobody wants to work out with somebody that they don't like, right? So you have to at least connect with them in some way. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that I love every program and every trainer, because I don't. Everyone has styles of fitness that they really like and styles of fitness that they don't. Personalities that you click with, personalities that you don't. I have no rhythm. For a girl who has a mother who's Puerto Rican, can't freaking dance at all, like not at all. So all these dance programs, super fun, lots of people love them, not for me. Okay, so you don't have to, as a coach, pretend to love everything that you're offering as a coach. That wouldn't be real. The other thing
that's one of the benefits to there being so much variety, that you can really, like, no matter what, you will find something that you like, and you can start by sharing that and then talk about the variety, but you don't have to do all of them. Like, absolutely not.
Yes. And you don't want to be fake about it. Like,
no.
That's how people fail in this business, is they try to be what they think a coach should be and say and share what they think a coach should share, when really you sign up to be a coach, you don't become this like coach robot. You're still you sharing what you like and what you're doing. That's why it's so personal. So I'm not going to bring you through every program. It would take forever, but these are all the programs that we have so far. We release 3 to 4 full new programs each year, and they actually add more workouts to this platform every single month. So they might not introduce a full new program each month. I'm still going, by the way. You can tell which ones are older too, right? Like this one's super old, this one's really old, like the way that they just market it, you can tell. Anyway, they add different workouts all the time. So the 21-Day Fix, for example, is the program that I started with. They're not going to remake the full program, though they are refilming it, so it's in a live format, which is really neat. But for somebody that's done this program 4, 5, 6 times, because some people do, they like the 30 minutes a day, they like the variety, this is what works for them. Now they have these new workouts that they started to add so that you can start to have some more variety even within that program. Same thing with the Beachbody Yoga Studio. They add more yoga flows every single month, so that as people progress, they can progress with their fitness without having to purchase a new membership to something else. We've started releasing programs in other languages. So this is our first program that's 100% filmed in Spanish. That's definitely a market that we are continuing to expand into. Like I said, Beachbody is trying to help as many people as possible. In addition to the workouts on Beachbody On Demand, you have, how do I get to it? This might be a separate tab. You have this is a separate program. We'll get into this too. But what's included with Beachbody On Demand is this program called Fixate. So Fixate is a cooking show. They also have every recipe as a PDF format. So you've got over 200 recipes here that you can watch either in video format or as PDFs. This is a full, basically a cookbook. It's 258 pages. So all of those are healthy recipes. They're all based on portion control. That's kind of the system that we start people on, because that's the very basic, right? So you've got all these different recipes that you can cook through. Pretty much everything you need to stay healthy is included. So the other thing I want to touch on before we move on is Vanessa mentioned like the shakes and the supplements. So if you're not familiar, Shakeology is our nutrition shake. It's not a protein shake. We do have a protein shake. We call it Recover. It's a protein shake that you take after your workout within 30 minutes that has multiple types of protein as well as BCAAs to help your muscles recover. Shakeology is a full nutrition shake. So it's got all the vitamins and minerals and amino acids that you need for the day, pre and probiotics, a ton of antioxidants. It does have protein. It comes in vegan or regular, so it either has whey protein or pea protein. It's basically equivalent when you do the breakdown to about 7 bowls, nutrient-wise, not calorie-wise, 7 bowls of dark green vegetables. So that's kind of how it's packaged into the shake, and it comes in vegan flavors or the whey flavors. So I kind of just wanted to put that out there. If you have questions about products, definitely put them in the chat and we'll go over that. But I do want to kind of start to move on into the business side of things. I just thought it was important that you guys know what the business offers, because that's kind of important, right?
The only other thing I would add, Becky, is that when you look at those programs, you could see that it said the different like level of intensity. So like beginner, intermediate, but even within each program, there's a modifier, and some programs that are like at a beginner level actually have an intensifier. So like even within each program, there's like kind of access points to everybody, so that you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm a beginner, that means I can only stick to these 2 programs. Like you can like really try to do all of them and just modify as you go.
Yeah, that's such an important point too, because there are so many coaches, especially like I said, we have an organization of 7,500 coaches within our team. We have coaches that are personal trainers. We have coaches that coach CrossFit. We have coaches that are running coaches, marathon runners. You don't have to become a coach and then just say, oh, sorry, no, I do Beachbody workouts now. No, you're living a healthy lifestyle. Like you definitely want to be familiar with what you're offering as a coach, but that doesn't mean that you stop doing these other forms of fitness. I like to go to yoga studios to learn more. I just told you I went to Tulum with Lala to a yoga retreat. That wasn't a Beachbody event. I think CrossFit's amazing. I think spin is amazing. It's not this bucket thing. So what Charlotte said is you can do a program and intensify it to your level or modify it.
Yeah, we need more chips probably.
Does anyone else want to throw anything in regards to the workouts? Okay. So I want to get into our daily kind of behaviors. They're called the vital behaviors. If you enroll as a coach, these are the things that you need to do every single day if your goal is to build an income. I say that because I don't know, some of you were on and some of you weren't. When I mentioned that when I first started, I didn't really care about the business. I only cared about being like a preferred customer. I was using Shakeology. There were DVDs at the time, so I was buying like literally every single DVD program and just dropping money on everything that they were releasing because it was working for me. And being a coach got me 25% off. There's no quotas that you have to hit or anything like that to enjoy that 25% off as a coach. So these are the behaviors that you would do daily if you were working to build an income. So there's 4 of them. The first one is be a product of the product. What that means is live a healthy lifestyle and be proof that what we're doing works. Again, not that you have to only do Beachbody, but that these products are improving your life in terms of convenience, in terms of time, in terms of your health, in terms of learning something new, anything like that. Really important, obviously, especially if you want to be a successful coach. It's pretty impossible to plug people into something that you don't have experience, or at least you're working to get experience using. Does that make sense? It'd be really hard to sell a car if you've never driven a car, right? Okay, the next thing is personal development. I love this aspect so much because when we think of exercise and fitness, we just think of weight loss usually, or building muscle or something like that. But your mind is such a huge factor in really anything. And so this is something that really carries through and bleeds through in the rest of your life. We read or listen to something every day that's going to help us grow as a person or understand things more as a person. So there's lots of books. I have like a shelf full of books over here. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I post that I read a book every single day, even 10 pages a day, something like that. You can listen to it on your commute via Audible or podcast, anything. It's just kind of feeding your brain. You're feeding your body with healthy foods and exercise. You're feeding your brain with personal growth. Inviting. This is where it gets tricky. I am going to ask if you guys don't mind weighing in on your feelings on inviting, because I know that this is a really scary one for a lot of people. When we say the word inviting, a lot of people have these red flags that go off that are like, eek, sales, like, I don't like this, I don't like this. There is sales. I'm not going to tell you that you're not selling products, because you are. But you're not knocking on someone's door saying like, hey, do you want to buy this set of knives? Instead, you're sharing this journey that you're on, and you're saying, hey, do you want to learn more about it? That's something that we talk about as a team all the time. You're inviting people to learn more information. I don't think it's smart to just go out and say, hey, do you want to buy this product? Do you want to buy this wine glass from me? You'd be like, who the heck are you? No, I don't want to buy that wine glass from you. You ask people if they're interested in learning more, either from the customer side or the coach side. You guys are here because someone invited you to learn more about the coaching opportunity. So when you're inviting, yes, you have to invite people. Yes, you have to reach out to people, but you're not just like throwing yourselves at them. You're always offering information. The goal is to educate. People make their own decisions. We're all adults, right? No one's forcing anything on anybody. So if you guys wouldn't mind kind of weighing in on what you think about this, or what scared you the most, or what helped you kind of get over that fear, that would be great.
I think that as you start to like get results like fitness wise or in your business, like your life just changes so much, even in the first couple of months, that it's like you want to share it with everyone, because it's like, why aren't you doing this? Like, my life has already changed. You should get in on this bandwagon or whatever. But I also really love I'm not sure if it's a metaphor, but like if you go to a restaurant and you have a delicious meal and the price is right, the service is great, are you not going to tell everyone? It's like, oh my God, I had the best meal at this place. You should go and have this server kind of thing. You do for that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how I feel about this. It's like you just want to share it.
It's so true. And I love that metaphor too. Except what's cool about this is that if you refer a friend to a restaurant and they go and they have a terrible time, they had a terrible time. They wasted their money on something they didn't enjoy. With this, they have 30 days to say, you know what, meh, it's not for me, and they get their money back. Even if you got a full bag of Shakeology, which is a 30-day supply, you drank every single bit of it, and then on day 30, you were like, screw this. This isn't for me. I didn't like it. You send the empty bag back, and Beachbody's like, okay, here's your money back. That's how confident we are and corporate is about these products and about these workouts. There are literally programs that are less than 30 days long. I did one that was 3 weeks long that I got great results from. And if I wanted to, I could have been like, this didn't work for me. I want my money back. But I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep going. So that's the confidence level that's there, which I think is a huge factor.
For me, for inviting at first, like I was so concerned that I was going to be like bugging all of my friends and family that do follow me on social media, and that I would all of a sudden be posting all this stuff about fitness that I hadn't really been posting before. So to avoid that completely, I opened a second Instagram account so that I could like share my journey, and like, cause I agree with Leah, like I wanted to share it, like that wasn't the problem, but I just didn't want to all of a sudden like kind of like fill my friends like feed with stuff that they're like, I don't care about like what you're doing right now. And now everybody follows me. All my friends and my family now follow me, but it was by their choice. So I felt so much better about it. But being able to share that and it being all new people that I'd never known, like I didn't know at all, was really helpful for me to start really reaching out to them and inviting them. Because if they were choosing to follow me when I had no idea who they were, then I felt like it was more reasonable for me to reach out to them and kind of start up a conversation. So for me, that was really helpful. And now I have a bunch of friends that are into it and do it because they saw that it was something I stuck with and it wasn't just like this fad. I've been posting about my workouts for like 3 years. So it's something that they've seen now. So that was really helpful for me.
I love that too. And I did the same thing. I opened up a separate Instagram because I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was honestly terrified of what my family and friends would think, because I had some very supportive people and then some very unsupportive people in my life that had no issues voicing how unsupportive they were. And at this point in my business, like, I do this full time now. I'm making a lot more than what corporate paid me, so they can hate all they want. And I'm like, I don't care. But in the beginning, yeah, I definitely cared, like 100%. So I created a new Instagram, and my mentality about it is that Instagram is 100% for my business. So when I reach out to people from that account, I'm reaching out as a business owner to somebody who's in my store, right? Because they're in my Instagram. They're on my Instagram feed. When you walk into a boutique, you're not irritated when somebody says, can I help you find something? Because they're doing their job. So that's how I view it. And there's for sure some people who don't like it, and that's totally okay. Those aren't my people, right? So this is something that you need to be okay with people saying no, because it will happen a lot. Mm-hmm. But the fear kind of gets taken away from reaching out to people when you're doing it from a business standpoint. And if you want to do what we did, creating a new account and kind of just doing it for yourself from the beginning. We'll get into trainings, but that's all incorporated in this too.
One last thing that I just kind of goes off of what you were saying as well is just, I've heard multiple coaches say this, and now I actually have it printed on a piece of paper in my office, and it says you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And it's just so true. Like, you don't have to worry if you're like typing too much. Like, it shows you're excited. You want to share this with them because it's helped you and everything. So you can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
So true. Cool. The last vital behavior. So we did being proof the product's work, being a product of the product, reading personal development, and inviting. The last one is the most fun one. It's just recognition. So it's recognizing whether they're a coach on your team or a customer of yours or just someone that you see out in the social media world, because that is a huge factor in this. Doing something that you think is cool, telling people that. Isn't that the best thing ever when you get a compliment in the middle of the day, especially if it comes from someone you don't know? This doesn't happen often because I don't brush my hair often, but sometimes if someone tells me that my hair looks good out in public, I'm like, thank you. It doesn't happen often, like I said, but it's really nice when it does. So we like to give that feeling to people on a regular basis. So you're recognizing the success of the coaches on your team. You're recognizing the victories of the customers that you're working with. You're recognizing the other people that are out there building a business of their own. A lot of people think that there's like oversaturation and competitiveness in this business, but really, it really does work as a team aspect, because somebody that works with me is going to be different than somebody that chooses to work with Leah. You can get Beachbody products by Googling Beachbody products. You don't need to get them through a coach. People get them through you because they want to work with you. So everyone brings something different to the table and connects with different people. And you form those connections by forming friendships. And it's so cool that we live in a world right today where we can do that with anybody on the planet via social media. That is so crazy to me. There's a lot of negatives to social media, but when you can use it for good, it's like honestly the coolest thing in the world. All right, before we move on to compensation plan, does anyone want to add anything or ask any questions about those vital behaviors? Cool. Okay, so the compensation plan, right? This is a business. What I will say is that if you sign up to be a coach and you enter this business with dollar signs in your eyes and you think that you're going to get rich overnight, you can hang up right now, because it's not going to happen. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a business. And just like any business that you open, it takes time to turn a profit. So You need to put in time and energy, and for a while in the beginning, you might not see a very big return if you see a return. It takes a little while to build those relationships, to show people that you're serious about it, and to show that you're being consistent so that people can trust you enough to come to you and respond to you when they do want help with their workouts or when they are interested in this business. So the compensation plan is super generous, but it's not like, okay, you signed up, now you get a salary. This is, you build your own salary. So there's a few really key things to note. One, what makes this company different than a lot of other network marketing companies is that you can start earning money day one as a coach. So to earn a commission, you don't have to hit any qualifications. You don't have to do anything. You technically could sign up as a coach for $40, never use a Beachbody product in your life, sell something through your coach website, and earn a commission off of it. You won't make very much money that way because it's going to be really hard to build trust and rapport with people if you're selling them something that you know nothing about, but it is possible. What really gets cool and where the real money kind of comes in is when you unlock the other parts of the compensation plan. So commission's pretty straightforward. Depending on what you sell, you earn between 25% and 50% commission. Team cycle bonus, that's where the binary compensation plan comes in. So you can Google binary compensation plan to see how it works. We have a PDF that kind of breaks it down visually. With this, it's way easier to look at it than it is to hear it. But essentially, you are building legs of your business. And then the people that are coaches under you, you don't earn anything that they earn. That's a huge distinction I want to make because it's a really common misconception. People think that, oh, I signed up Leah, so now when Leah makes a sale, I get a cut of that sale. No. Leah gets 100% of her commission. What I earn is called volume points because I presumably helped Leah learn how to work her business. So you earn volume points, and then corporate cashes out your points and pays you separately in this thing called Team Cycle Bonus. So it's pretty straightforward. What's really, really cool about Team Cycle Bonus is that there are so many checks and balances in place so that people can't take advantage of it. Some people hear that and they don't like that because they want to take advantage of the system and earn a ton of money off of other people's work. This company is legitimate, so they don't let you earn a lot of money if you're not also putting in the work. So if you sign people up and then you just step back and stop coaching, you're not going to earn like any money. But if you sign people up and you continue to mentor them and you continue to lead from the front and show up, there are ways for you to earn a very significant amount of money doing this. The other cool thing I want to talk about is it doesn't matter when or where you sign up in this business, like where you fall in someone's organization doesn't matter, because if you work harder than anyone else who signed up before you, you can earn more than them. So I'm going to use my upline coach as an example. I signed up with my coach, Chelsea Pearson. She's a 7-figure earner in this business. Her and her husband both do this full time. She herself earns a 7-figure salary with Beachbody coaching. Her coach that she signed up with makes way less than her because she doesn't work the business. So if you work harder than whoever signed you up, that person's not just going to reap the rewards of your hard work, you will surpass them. So that's super important to note because, again, I don't want people joining this team that think that they can join, sign people up, and then disappear. No, this is your business. You're showing up to this if you're serious about it. Once you kind of start building your rank, you also unlock other parts of the compensation plan. There are quarterly bonuses. There are free trips. That's a cool incentive. It's not cash, but who doesn't love a free vacation for 2 every year? There are monthly rewards, annual rewards, tons of cool stuff that you can earn, but the compensation plan really has a lot of checks and balances in place to make sure that you're earning based on the work that you're putting in, not based on the work that someone else is putting in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just to be super clear, before I open it up to anyone else or any questions, to earn a commission, no requirements. Sign up as a coach, earn a commission day one. Super cool. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you can unlock these other parts without doing anything. In order to unlock Team Cycle Bonus, you need to either buy or sell a certain amount of product every month. So you don't have to buy it for yourself. You can sell it. If someone else purchases enough, you'll be able to get that, what did I call it? The Team Cycle. You'll be able to earn that Team Cycle bonus. But if you're just sitting back and doing nothing, you're never going to unlock that piece of the puzzle. And then as far as quarterly bonuses, you get that as you rank advance. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this without like saying ranks that don't mean anything to you. So I'm earning right now 1.5 what my corporate job was paying me, and I haven't even unlocked the quarterly bonuses yet. So I guess what I'm saying is you don't need to be this super high ranking coach to earn a living doing this. So it's very, very possible to earn a solid living without kind of unlocking these huge parts of the compensation plan. Once those parts get unlocked, you're earning amazing, amazing quarterly bonuses, life-changing bonuses, but don't think that you have to be like in the 1% to earn a living and be able to do what you want to do with this business. So does anyone have any, I know the compensation plan is tricky, and I think it would be easier to just share the documents with you guys to look over the earning statements and the full plan so that you can kind of take it in at your own speed. But does anyone have anything that they want me to go over before we move on?
I was just going to say that I think one of the really nice things about being a coach is that like working at Subway and working in hotels, I could put in like 12, 14-hour days, don't get a break and everything. And it's just like, you don't get paid extra. You don't get bonuses for all that extra work. So it's like you're being overworked and underpaid in certain jobs kind of thing. So in Beachbody and as a coach, you get what you put in. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, you got out what you put in.
Yeah, thank you. So it's just like, for all the people you're helping, you're going to make an income from that. If you're not helping people, you're not going to make an income. But you're also probably not putting in that much work. You're not putting in 10-hour days kind of thing. So it's just nice that you get paid for the amount of work you do kind of thing.
I love that. And so the other thing I want to touch on, because I know this is a sticky subject, is the whole network marketing thing, right? The pyramid thing. I just want to map out something for you so you can take a look, take what you want from it. But I want you to think of a regular standard company. And I'm not saying a negative thing about like a standard company. There are a lot of really amazing corporations out there. I'm going to use Nike as an example, right? You've got the CEO at the top. He earns the most money for sure, he or she. Then you've got like, I don't know all the titles, managing directors. You probably have like a few of them across departments. Underneath directors, you have like standard managers. Underneath managers, you have more employees. So the higher level up, the less people there are. So it's the same shape, except the person at the top always makes the most money. Yes, the CEO is always going to make more money than a new hire employee does. With Beachbody, you are building sides of your business. So you are essentially building the same shape, except that, say, Anna signs up down here after a bunch of other people have signed up, but Anna puts in more work than me. She doesn't actually move her position in the organization, but her income could surpass mine because you get what you put in. So that's what's really cool. You are in charge of when you get promotions and rank advancement. You are in charge of your income. It's not based on your upline. And your upline, the person you sign up with, doesn't necessarily always make more money than you. So the flexibility there is really amazing. And I just like to point that out because people freak out when they hear build legs and they see this shape, except that every corporation is this shape. And the difference is how the pay is structured. And then part of training is being strategic about building your team so that you can capitalize on the compensation plan that is in place. So that's really cool. So if we're ready to move on, I know it's getting late. I want to talk about the training that's provided, and then we'll kind of talk about what a challenge group is and kind of how that works, but that'll be kind of rolled into training. So is everybody just cool with moving on to that? Awesome. So here's the things you get the very moment you sign up as a coach. One, you get the Team Beachbody community. You're added into our team. I'm going to read your question. So good question. Do I have to purchase a certain amount per month myself? So in order to unlock that team cycle bonus, there are minimum requirements of either you purchasing or you selling a certain amount. So it doesn't have to be from you. It can be from customers purchasing from you. It's about $50 worth of product. There's another aspect of the compensation plan and reward system that does require you to purchase product every month for yourself. It's called Success Club. So Success Club is an incentive. There's no consequences for not hitting it, but there are rewards for hitting it, if that makes sense. It's an incentive program that's how we earn monthly prizes. That's how we earn the free vacations. That's kind of how we do all of that sort of stuff. In order to unlock that, you do need to be purchasing for yourself, yes. But in order to unlock that second part, it's sell or buy. So it's either way. Leah says it's an investment into your health though. No, yeah, she's right. So there's no inventory or anything. You'd be purchasing products that ideally you'd be using yourself. So for example, like I have to get more than one Shakeology every month because my husband drinks mine and it doesn't last me a whole month. But so that would cover it for me. And I have my Shakeology, it's like my sweet treat. So I either have it as a mid-morning snack or I try to save it at night because I always have a sweet tooth at night. But it's something that I'm using. Good question. Okay, so as soon as you sign up as a coach, you immediately get the community. You're introduced into our team. We have team pages. You're introduced into the accountability group that your coach is running so that you can get your own results while working on your business as well. You instantly get access to Beachbody On Demand, assuming you get Beachbody On Demand for yourself, which I would highly recommend. And you instantly get access to all of the training that is available. So the first thing that we do on our team anyway, is we have a group getting started call for any new coach that enrolled that month. So the group call kind of goes over what you need to focus on first, kind of getting into social media, a little bit about what you have available to you because you're given websites as a coach. Like I said, there's no inventory. Everything is done online. And then after that call, we have a full new coach mentorship. So it takes between 3 and 4 weeks where you're going to learn on your own time all the ins and outs about using social media for business, about what you have, what you're offering as a coach, kind of like what I just showed you a tour of, but all the different bundles that are available, how to use your coach websites to get customers set up. You're going to learn how to form new connections in a way that feels real and right to you, because the way that I talk to someone might be very different than how you feel comfortable talking to someone. You're going to learn and get recommendations on personal growth books or podcasts or anything like that based on what you want to improve upon most in your life. So we are all reading or listening to different personal development. It's not like, oh, this is the book we're reading this month. It's based on what you want and what you need, but it's recommended that you do some form of that. Every week we have a team call. All of this is optional. I'm just saying what's available to you. We have a team call every single week where we run a training based on kind of the needs of the team as a whole, or a new product training if something is launching. We have weekly calls that are run by corporate and the top coaches in the company. They're called the National Wake Up Call. They're also recorded. Everything's recorded because not everyone can make things live. We've got weekly calls that are run by my coach that are helping people who want to take their business to the next level. We have quarterly live events. We have an annual huge event called Summit. I think Vanessa brought that up, where you're actually working out with the Beachbody trainers and you're learning from the top earners in the company and you're hearing about new products coming out. What else am I missing? There's a lot. Oh, the back office, your coach office actually comes with full training, like literally what to do in your first 30 minutes, what to do in your first 30 hours, what to do in your first 30 days, how to use, like here's marketing materials that you can use. Here's XYZ. Here's a sample of how to invite someone. Here's how to run a challenge group. Here's how you can keep people accountable. Like it literally does everything for you. Your job is to take it and just put it in your own voice because you don't want to sound, again, like a Beachbody robot. So I always recommend that people use their own voice, but they're full on guides and templates so that you don't have to be like, wait, what? I have to help someone stay accountable through this workout program. I just started this workout program. Even better, honestly, because the whole thing is about taking people along this journey with you, not saying, here's what to do. I already did it. Now you do it. It's doing it together. What other training am I missing? There's so much.
I mean, the only other thing I would think of is like if you like a specific coach, like we always encourage you to like find a coach that's like either like really successful or just like really involved in the business and diving all in, and like look at what they're doing, see what's working for them. Like if you connect with them, then good chances are that like you're going to have a similar style that you like. So really looking for them. And then those coaches always have like their own YouTube channels and like so much training too. So it's a good thing. Like there's nothing you have to create yourself in this business. Like everything has already been created for you to take and then tweak to make it your own. So it's like you don't ever have to create something brand new. It's already been done.
100%.
And well.
Yeah. Right. Like half the trainings that we use are trainings that we borrowed or took from a 7-figure earner. Like obviously they know what they're doing. Let me model what they're doing. I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan. I post about him like every day on my Instagram, but it's called modeling. You find someone who's very successful at what you want to do and you model what they do. You don't copy what they do, but you model what they do. And that's essentially what this is. You're finding, like, maybe my way of inviting people and connecting with people doesn't feel good to you because you would never go up to someone the way that I would just. I approach strangers in the street all the time. But maybe you don't like to do that. So you're going to find a different coach who has a different style, and I will help you find that training, and then you utilize that. We have multiple trainings in our team page on different techniques on how to invite and use your social media because everybody does that so differently. But yeah, pretty much it comes down to every training you could ever need. And then, of course, you get one-on-one help as well. You can always schedule a one-on-one call with your upline coach if you prefer to work that way. There's a lot of value in the group calls because you get to benefit from everyone's questions and answers and the feedback that you get from multiple perspectives. But obviously that one-on-one help is available. You're never going to sign up and then have someone be like, figure it out. Like, that's not how this works.
At least not on this team.
Yeah, not on our team anyway. We are like ultra involved with each other. And then just to touch base really quickly, because I said challenge group a few times, these are essentially the accountability groups that you're running for your customers. A lot of people start their business by working with customers because 50% of Beachbody is customers. Not everybody signs up to be a coach, and that's okay. Obviously, you build a team of coaches, and that's how you kind of get to the next level of compensation plan. But not everybody is going to be a coach. You're going to have a ton of customers, probably more customers than coaches. So in the beginning, a lot of people will work one-on-one with them via email or whatever you're comfortable with, but eventually you're not going to be able to handle that volume. So these groups come in handy where you can just post daily accountability. Actually, I'll just go ahead and show you mine because that's pretty easy. So we all have different ones. I have 2 going right now. One is called my Body Rock Bootcamp, which is just kind of my general group that I put customers who are willing to get called out every day if they don't check in. Right now, it's probably about a 10th of my customers that are in this because not a lot of people like the idea of the accountability that a coach offers them. And once you get to a certain part of your business, Beachbody starts giving you free customers. So when you rank advanced, you start to earn leads where anybody that purchased through an infomercial or just beachbody.com or Googled something and purchased it is assigned a coach, but not all of those people are responsive. So share. I just want to show you this quickly to show you what's involved. This is just a Facebook group. It's nothing fancy. We'd have daily check-in threads. So today we did a recipe swap and people checked in with different recipes. I shared a recipe. Yesterday, I asked everyone to share their workout and nutrition details, words of encouragement to foster communication between everybody else. Like, you just run it however you want, and there are full guides that are given to you if you didn't know what to say. Like, if you were not sure how to check in with people, there are full guides to help you with that. And then Beachbody also offers a free app called My Challenge Tracker, which is a mobile app for iOS or Android where it's essentially the same thing. They can log their workout, they can log their nutrition, they can ask a question, and it's taking that whole community aspect but putting it in an app for people who, say, don't like to use Facebook or anything like that. So that's kind of what a challenge group is. It's literally just an accountability group, and you run it based on your style. My Instagram handle is Foodie Turned Fit. I'm obviously very into the nutrition side of things, so I share a lot of recipes and cooking tips. That's not everyone's style, and that's okay. You don't need to do that. Am I missing? Leah, you're on top of these questions. You guys are good. Okay. That's pretty much it in terms of what we do, how we do it. Like I said, the training is going to teach you the specifics about social media, all that kind of fun stuff. And then in terms of getting started, wait, do you guys want to add anything to Challenge Group?
They're amazing. Like they're just like, they're like, as a customer's point of view, they're what get you the results. So like it really is helpful as a coach to build a challenge group that allows your customers to feel like that's where they can turn to, whether they're having an awful day and they didn't work out and they ate an entire box of Oreos, like whatever, like they can go there and be like, guys, today sucked. And then people can rally behind them and like pump them up for the next day. Or somebody can go in there and be like, I crushed today. Like I ate on my plan. Like I killed my workout, like whatever. And like people can celebrate that too. So it's like really a place for people to just be able to be themselves and like be true to their journey so that people can support them wherever they are. It's just, they're really pretty life-changing. Like that's where the results happen.
It really is.
There's been times that I've come home and I didn't want to work out, but just reading through the comments and everybody that, you know, posted the workout really makes you be like, okay, fine, I'll go press play. So it is very helpful.
It really is. That's kind of the missing link for a lot of different forms of fitness. And like I said, I love all forms of fitness, but for me, it was the accountability of especially as a coach, you have that added accountability where you're like, wait, I'm telling people to work out. I better get my ass moving. Like it's definitely next level.
Yeah, that's when my consistency like really skyrocketed when I committed to coaching.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean being perfect. Like there are plenty of times that I go in my group and I'm like, guys, I had an extra glass of wine and I ordered Cold Stone today. And like, you're a human being. The more human you are with the people you work with, the better your business is going to be. Like I said, you're not trying to be some like flawless fit nut. You are a human and you share the good days and you should be really focused on your health and fitness, but it's not about perfection. So that's, challenge groups are really important. And a big thing that we say on our team is like, the work doesn't really start until somebody purchases something from you, until they're a customer of yours, because you're not just there to sell a product. You're a coach. You're an accountability partner. So that's really exciting. All right, getting started, and then I'm going to let you all go. There are two ways, essentially. Well, really three. The first is if you are already a customer of anyone on this team or in general, and you've purchased what's called a challenge pack. A challenge pack is Beachbody On Demand bundled with one or more of the nutritional supplements that we offer. If you purchased a challenge pack at any point in your life through Beachbody, you can enroll as a coach for free. After you enroll, it's $15.95 a month to be a coach. That maintains your coach websites. That pays for, Beachbody handles all of the inventory, shipping, customer service, tracking, reporting, obviously paying you. Like it handles all the aspects that would normally cost a business owner a ton of money. That $15.95 covers it. So they're going to track all your customers for you. They're going to track your earnings. They'll send you a 1099 at the end of the year so you can handle your taxes. They handle all the shipping, all the returns, all the customer service, everything. Your job is to just help people get results. Super simple. That's the first way. Second way is if you've never purchased a product before and you've never used Beachbody before, you can sign up with what's called a challenge pack. So it would be Beachbody On Demand bundled with Shakeology at a discount, or Beachbody On Demand bundled with, we have an all-natural pre and post workout at a discount. And they have larger packages from there depending on how many products you want. And these prices range. The most standard one is $160, which gets you 1 full year of Beachbody On Demand, that platform that I showed you, with instant access to the programs as they're released, as well as a 30-day supply of Shakeology, or a 20-day supply of Recover, which is our protein shake that you have after a workout, and a 40-day supply of Energize, which is our pre-workout. And then there are packages that are more expensive from there, and they vary. If you're in Canada, the price will be a little bit different. If you're in the UK, the price is different, but we'll go over that specifically with each of you Did I tell you about the squeaky toy or what? Gus, thank you. I lost my train of thought. $160, and that waives your coach enrollment fee. So then 30 days after that, you're billed $15.95. That's the way we typically recommend, because like I said, it's really hard to coach if you're not at least using something that the company offers. And when you break that down, $100 a year typically is what Beachbody On Demand is. Shakeology is typically $130. So to get both for $160 is a huge savings, which is why we usually recommend that challenge pack. And then the last way to get involved is to pay $39.95 to just sign up for your coach websites. You don't get any product with that, so we don't typically recommend that, but it is available to you if you wanted to do that. And then as soon as you're a coach, you begin getting 25% off of everything except for challenge packs, because challenge packs are heavily discounted. So that coach discount doesn't apply to challenge packs, but it does apply to everything else. Couple other things to note: military members or active military spouses do not have to pay the monthly coach fee. So you essentially sign up as a coach with either a challenge pack or for free, but you don't get any products if you do the free route, but there's no monthly coach fee. If you are active military or your spouse is active or retired, I believe. Veterans. Active military.
Yeah, but if you're active, or if you're retired, not if a spouse is retired.
Yes. So if your spouse is active or you are active, free coaching. If you are a retired vet, you can coach for free, but if your spouse is a vet, you cannot coach for free. Kind of confusing. And that's pretty much it. We have a new coach call on Saturday, this Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So you can either reach out to whoever invited you, or you will hear from whoever invited you to this to kind of see what your thoughts are, answer any remaining questions you have, go over that compensation plan with you. And if this is something you want to try, awesome. We'll go over what route is best for you and kind of your goals in terms of finances and your business, and we'll get going. But before we go, does anyone have any other questions? Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us for an hour and 12 minutes. I know that it's getting a little bit late, at least for me. I'm a grandma. But we are here to answer any questions if you have them. This call is recorded. I will have it up on YouTube tonight so that if you missed any parts of the beginning or anything like that, you can go ahead and have that recording. But yeah, we just really appreciate you guys being here. We love what we do. I'm obsessed with what we do. So we hope to see some of your faces join our team this week. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.